Guys, it's Annie from History and High Heels, and I'm going to show you how to do my French braid draped hairstyle that I've been sporting quite frequently for the past couple weeks. So what you need to start out with is you need a couple bobby pins. I usually just need 2 or 3 at most, and a hairbrush, and just to make sure that your hair is completely brushed through, because you don't want any knots or anything like that, because that can make it difficult to braid. And so I always start out with day-old hair usually, just because it usually holds a bit more, and then with some texture in it, like dry shampoo or hairspray or something like that to keep the hold as well. So I have my hair parted on this side, and so I take a little section right here, and it just depends on how wide you want it on your head, but usually I just make mine about an inch or so wide, an inch and a half. And so I section off a short little piece, and then I braid this together. So what you do is just separate into 3 pieces and then braid those babies together. And I do that 2 times. And then I combine these pieces together. So I combine 2 of the braid pieces together. So like this. Looks like this. And so then you add your next piece. And so that'll be your front piece. And I always make sure that it's kind of brushed back and looks flat, like it would lay flat, so it's not bumpy or anything. And then you add that into the braid. And so you just braid that again 2 times. And so then I combine the smallest little pieces of the braid together again, and you pull off another section and add it to the braid. And do that twice. And then combine. And so then you continue adding sections, and you just want to make sure it stays in that pattern, and so you don't want it to go too far back, so you have to be careful about what hairs you're grabbing. So, and then add that in. And then add that final piece. And so it should look like. And just braid that all the way down. And so you can braid that like to the end of your hair, or what I like to do, I like to braid it until just a few until it reaches like this section right here, and so then I pin that. And don't worry if it's a little messy, because that's definitely a fine look to go for. So then what I finally do is I pull out the hair from the sections, and to add a little bit of volume, which is usually lacking in my hair. And what helps me is if I pin it some, so that it helps give the hair something to hold on to, and so then I can pull. And so you can see like the French braid right there at the top, and continue to just work it. Sometimes I don't really like it being too wide on the side, so I add another pin just to bring balance to it. It's all about personal preference at this point, about where you like your volume. And so yeah, here is my French draped braid hairstyle. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.